So you've been given a lot of things to steward: a church, a family, and God has given you unique influence to steward. Of those 3 or 4 things, there's probably other things. You have life-giving friendships with people. Of the things that you have to steward right now, how do you do them well? How do you, and which
the balance,
feels,
you mean?
yeah, the balance of those things, traveling and all this stuff. But which one feels the heaviest to you? Which one feels the most sacred and that, ooh, I gotta,
weighty?
well, yeah.
I think marriage and parenting, right? Yeah, parenting to me is this, I got little kids.
Yep.
So we're still in the throes of it. We're still figuring it out. So I don't, you're in such a different season. You're in such a, we're just trying to figure it out. So I think
the same but different.
right. But I think the parenting, when there's weight to it.
Yeah.
Because you're forming these kids' lives.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
true.
like,
Yeah.
Last night I told my son, the older ones get a little bit, but the 6-year-old was like, okay, I'm gone tomorrow. I'm getting on a plane. What? You didn't tell me. No,
Right.
I did.
Yeah.
Bubba, I did.
Yeah.
He's trying to guilt me.
Yeah.
Right,
We
right.
talked about this a couple days ago.
Right.
Oh, yeah. But like
You
that
feel
stuff,
their
you feel, just
Yeah.
depositing,
Yeah.
shaping. And then marriage, I think marriage and ministry, the demand on that.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Being on
And I
the
just
same
feel like I'm
page.
concerned right now about so many marriages. I find myself being like, hey, also be concerned about yours.
Right.
Don't have logs and
Very
specs
good.
and all that. And
So
so it's
good.
like, am I pursuing? Am I, is this so dumb? But it's like we took this trip to Cabo for our honeymoon. I mean, our anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the best time. And I go, when was the last time we did this? And so we were trying to think. We did it for our anniversary 2 years ago. So I'm like, have we not? Well, remember we went to
We missed a
Jakarta?
year. Yeah,
Remember we
yeah.
did all ministry? And I'm like, why are we not depositing
Yeah.
and investing into our
So
marriage
good.
more? So I
love
think
that.
I was raised around a church where it was like, that's the priority. And I don't like that thought. If I build God's house, he'll build my family.
Right.
And what a cop-out.
Yeah.
It requires me.
No
Yeah.
doubt about it.
And it requires my attention and my focus and my money and so
No
I think
doubt.
to answer your question, the one that is the weightiest is my marriage and my parenting.
Yeah, I remember when we were just about to start our church years ago, and I was having coffee with this dude in Starbucks. He gave me such great advice. He just leaned across the table and he said, "Hey, are you willing to grow your church slower to grow your family greater?" And I thought, man, because I was so nervous.
Yeah.
We want to be 1,000 people, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
And he was just like, yeah. Are you willing to grow your church slower? Because we're
Jeez.
just starting so that your family could be greater. Such
So good.
amazing advice.
Yeah.
And I was grateful for that.
Yeah, I just heard this story about, one of my heroes in the faith, just monster in the cul-de-sac that I grew up in the denomination I grew up in. He just passed away. And these people that were raised in that church told me that they would not allow his sons to speak at his funeral. It's a monster. They would not allow his sons.
Monster in a good way.
Monster
Yeah.
in the best way.
Yeah, good.
Giant
good.
in the
Yeah,
faith.
yeah.
They would not allow his sons to speak because they would have just annihilated their dad. So mad, so angry, so bitter. And I was like, stop. Wait, what? They had to pre-record the sons
Wow.
Wow.
and
Wow.
edit it. And I was like, I'm not doing it.
Oh,
no,
I'm not doing
Man,
it.
that's
No way.
convicting.
No.
It's just like, my little dudes, it's just not worth it. So I don't want to go pendulum swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's all stewardship
Yep.
Yes.
and being a good steward of.
Yeah.
So what does that
Smart.
require? I think it requires full attention. Being sober every day, being engaged.
Yep.
Hiding out on your phone or your hobbies, or I just feel like there's so many scapegoats.
Yeah.
So
you get
true.
into. It's like it just requires a lot.
That's
And
so good.
I'm a student, not an expert.